What is up, everybody? We are back with another Fast Food Chronicles. This one is going to be the best one of them all because this is like the grand finale. Not really of the series, but this is the grand finale. There's going to be no more Fast Food Chronicles stories once I run out of the vault. And the reason I say that is because I quit/got fired from Jersey Mike's just a few days ago, and here is the story. So I went to this Jersey Mike's, and I'll shout it out right now. It's in Gallatin, Tennessee. Doxed their ass. But I went back to Jersey Mike's after moving from Illinois because I just wanted a job where I knew what I was doing, and I knew I could be on my phone and have free time and have some time to relax in between the times where customers weren't in the store. So I did just that. I had this job for probably 2 or 3 months only, but the way that these people were, especially the general manager, she was like 45 years old, and she was best friends with this 19-year-old kid, this other 18-year-old kid, and these 3 16-year-old girls. They were like a little high school clique, but with a grown-ass woman at the helm of it. And then you also had the district manager who was like 55 years old, and he was also part of this little clique. So everybody who got new hired, like me, a guy who I'm pretty good friends with, and somebody else, so 3 of us, they would have us as outsiders, if you want to say so, and they wouldn't really talk to us. So we'd be doing our own thing in the back all the time because what else is there to do when you don't want to talk to us? So time went by, and about 3-4 days ago, I'm doing dishes in the back, and this is where the story begins. So when I'm doing these dishes in the back, the 45-year-old general manager comes and tells me that I need to come up front and help out. And it was a very disrespectful tone, very disrespectful what she said. She said, "Hey, you're always back here. You need to come up here when you hear the door open, and you need to get on the grill and do these subs." In my mind, I wanted to go off because it was so disrespectful, and they've already been disrespectful at this job ever since I started. But that's a different story for a different day. I obviously wanted to say something, but I didn't. So I just moved on, went up to the front. So I start doing the grill, and the 19-year-old kid is like, "Hey, I'll do these. Don't worry about it." So I walk up to the front to sprinkle the sandwiches. The girl, the 45-year-old lady, tells me, "Hey, I just told you go grill sandwiches." And I was like, all right, whatever. She's going to be disrespectful again. I'm going to go to the back. I go back to the grill and start grilling again. He's like, "Hey, I told you I'll do them. Like, don't worry about it." I'm like, "No, she already got pissed at me. I'm good. I'm not in the mood today." He's like, "No, it's fine. Whatever." So I went back up to the front like he told me to. And then she gets really rude. It's like, "I thought I told you already to grill those sandwiches twice, and you're going to..." And then that's when she stops because he goes, "I told him that I'll grill him, so you're good." And she just doesn't say anything. I have me and my one dude who I told you that I was friends with. And he was laughing when he heard her disrespect me in the back. Loudly, I say, "That was very disrespectful. These people are playing with me, whatever." And he's just laughing. It's like, "Yeah, I know," because he agreed with me. He knew that that was disrespectful, what she said. We just go throughout the shift, right? Then at one point, the district manager's there too the whole time. And he starts making burgers for the 4 people that are there besides me and my dude that I became friends with through the job. And I just felt like that was kind of disrespectful, and I was like, hey, that's where the line's drawn because clearly they do not fuck with us. That wasn't a big deal, obviously, but at one point I was slicing a sandwich and the dude was at the register, my friend, and the GM just comes over because she was always sitting in the corner every day collecting her free paycheck like she was collecting some welfare because she didn't do shit at the job ever. I swear, every single Jersey Mike's general manager I've ever had has been absolute shit. They've been cool people besides this last one, but they've sucked at their job. Like, for some reason, Jersey Mike's just is the worst company to work for. It's a good job. Like, if you run the store with like 6 people that you know, then cool, it's a great job. But if you're with some random people and like a shitty general manager that hates their life and is like in their 40s and doesn't have anywhere else to work, so they work at Jersey Mike's, well, then it's going to probably suck because that's their whole life right there. So she comes to the back and slams the door and is like, "I've told you guys many times," which she's never told us, "that this needs to be closed, blah, blah, blah," every time. And he's standing there at the register too, and she walks back to go to that table after yelling at me and is like, "Did you hear me?" And he's like dumbfounded. He's like, "What?" He's like, "What is going on?" Because he didn't even do anything. It's like that 50 Cent video where he's like, fuck me for what? Because she just went off on him too for no reason. He didn't do anything. But it's just because we're cool. So by association, he's a bitch. But you're a 45-year-old general manager, 21-year-old kid. And this dude's a 35-year-old man. I don't know. You need to chill out a little bit, lady. So that was the day. And that's all that really happened. And I didn't say anything to her disrespectful at all at that time. I didn't want any problems. I just was getting in work and getting out because I have a new job. So I was going to quit on Monday anyway. So me and this dude are chilling in the back after everything happens. And he's actually on Indeed looking at jobs. And I'm just chilling and talking to him. And she comes back with the district manager and is like, we need to talk to you guys. And they start out by saying, so this disrespectful thing, what was that all about? And I told her straight up, I was like, I'm a real person. I think you were disrespecting me clearly. And I did not like what you were saying. And then the district manager, who was like 55 years old, is like, so you're mad that we told you to do a job that we pay you for? I said, no, I'm not mad at that. I do everything you guys ask, but she disrespected me when saying that. And he was like raising his voice. And in my mind, I was like, bro, I'll slap your ass 6 feet deep right now with your old ass. You'd probably be crippled by one punch of this former pro boxer. So I didn't do anything in that moment besides tell them that they're disrespectful. And I told them at that time, if you guys are going to bombard us like this, I can leave right now. So that's where I kind of quit, because I told them I would just leave. And then that's when the GM did the classical, no, you can't quit because we fired you meme, because I told them that I was going to leave. Then she's like, you just don't have to come back ever again. You can give us our key. I was like, that's perfectly fine for me. I have 2 free off days now before I got to go back to my other job. So be my guest. And then they tell me that they looked at the cameras, which is just hilarious, because when I got the job, I told them that was one of the reasons I quit my last job, was because they were like so heavy on the cameras. And like, I felt like I was a little guinea pig and they were just watching over me. And they're like, oh, we don't do that, blah, blah. Little do I know they do that. And the district manager is like, we have 20 snapshots on our phone of you sitting down on your phone in the back. I'm like, yeah, I do sit on my phone in the back because there's jack shit to do in the store. So I added to that, you guys are weirdos for having pictures of me on your phone. I hope after I quit, you delete that with your weird ass. And then I took off my little apron. I gave my guy a handshake. He's like, it's been real. He's like, I'll talk to you though, don't worry. And I left. I got the update from him later and it all made sense. One of the 16-year-old girls was always listening to us, and my dude was always calling her the police because she was literally a snitch. So she was telling that I was getting a new job or already had a new job. They felt that I was being a bad worker and bad influence on this dude. What was funny is he's a 35-year-old man and I am a 21-year-old kid. And like he told her, he doesn't get influenced by anybody but himself. And it's just hilarious that they think a 21-year-old kid would really influence a grown ass man. But it was just hilarious anyways. And it was funny because the dude, the district manager, was like, we don't do this drama around here. It talks shit or whatever. I'm like, yes, the fuck you do. That's literally all you do. Because one time we were talking about white people saying the N-word, and the dude who's 35 is black, and she was trying to act like she was saying, oh, we've never done that, we don't say that back in the day. And when I hear these kids say it, I get pissed at them and tell them that that's not okay, when I know damn well she racist herself and says it herself. So it was funny because she was trying to join into a conversation that we had, acting like this mighty person when she's really just trying to play both sides like an idiot. But it was just hilarious. The place was like a high school group with grown-ass people with literal minors. So it was just weird, and I'm glad that I left and got 3 days off, because yesterday I actually met Josh Dobbs, who played for the Titans and also played for the Volunteers. Thanks, Jersey Mikes, for all the fun stories, all the YouTube content, because I got a Juice World amount of stories in the vault for you guys, but I had to give you guys the grand finale this early because it's fresh in my mind. Obviously, I'm not a hostile employee over Jersey Mike's. I'm 21. I want to be a lawyer one day. This was not my career, so I really don't care. And technically, I quit. I just felt it was so funny that they tried to be like, no, we fire you. You can't quit type of thing. But that was a great story. That was a great time. And I met a dude down here who's going to be a friend now. So it's all works out in the end. I thank you guys all for watching. I hope you found this story a little bit entertaining. I tried to bring some humor to it, but I was more so just trying to be a good storyteller this time around. Promise you, there's going to be a new video soon. I just so out of ideas. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bitch, I'm riding down the E-way, smoking Doty, yo bitch passenger. If I fuck her once, then bitch, I'm passing her. 93, that's foreign, fill this bitch up to capacity. Awesome, treat a little bitch nigga like he Cassidy. X this little bitch out, I met her mouth just like a